Now, next question. Now, does an angel have a gender? Are angels male? Let's turn to Genesis chapter 6, verse 2. This person quotes Genesis chapter 6, verse 2. Genesis chapter 6, verse 2. All right, now let's read verse 2. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, and that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. So this person now reads this, and well, he assumes that these sons of God, so the daughters of men, the sons of God, he takes it as referring to angels. All right? And because it's got sons of God and then daughters of men, so there's a differentiation between genders. So this person says, well, sons of God, well, angels, they are male. All right? So this person asks, now, indicates that angels are masculine, are males. Now, what do you think? Now, in the first place, is this referring to angels? The sons of God married the daughters of men. Are these angels in the first place? Wei Qian? Are they angels? Okay, because you submit the question, I'll ask you, why do you assume they're angels? You remember you submitted, right? Okay, good. More what? Why? How can angels reproduce with humans? Why do you assume it's angels? Now, so what do you think? Are they angels? Anna Tiong? The children they produce were giants, so this abnormal size. Okay, also because of that abnormal size, so there must be some supernatural beings, is it? Okay. Yesterday I was telling some people, I don't know, children these days in school, the teens, they are giants. They're giants, so huge, all of them. These giants can be literally big in size and can be great. All right, people of great stature in society, people that became very powerful, it can also mean that, right? Okay, so, well, maybe because of that. Now, are they angels? Now, let us turn to Job, right? Job. Job chapter 1. Now, Job chapter 1. Now, you see this same phrase, this description, right? This phrase. Description of this phrase. Job chapter 1 verse 6. Now let's read together. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also with them. Now the same phrase, sons of God present themselves, and Satan also come. All right. Now, then Job 2 verse 1. Let's read together. And there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them to present himself before God. All right? Now then, Job 38 verse 7. Job 38 verse 7. All right? I'll just read to you the first part. You don't have to read. Now, Job 38 verse 7, God says, when the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy. Now, this was before the creation of men. All right, so this must be angels. And also that this phrase, sons of God, presenting themselves, and Satan also presenting themselves. So it can't be talking about humans. All right, God is describing the scene in heaven where angels and Satan will come before him. All right. So here the sons of God in the Bible often refers to angels. All right, so if any reason why you should assume that it's sons of God is because of these phrases used elsewhere to describe a scene in heaven, to describe a scene where these sons of God sang before even man was created. So it must be the angels, right? angels. Now, but then, so if that is the case, the question still is, well, the sons of God saw the daughters of men and they took them and then they reproduce. Now, then how can angels reproduce with human beings? Benedict, maybe ask younger teens. Okay, Yifei, how? Do you understand the question? How come angels and humans can reproduce babies? What do you think happened? Want to guess? Don't want to guess. Matthew. Say again? They cannot. All right. Sister disagrees. All right, Gracia, what do you think? What happened? How did it happen? We know that they're angels. Not sure. All right, last one. Benedict. Maybe they possessed men. Yes, that is the only conclusion. Now, do you see in the New Testament, especially the Gospel, where God described very often the wicked angels, the fallen angels, they possess human bodies. They possess human beings, right? We see that very often, right? So can angels possess the bodies of human beings? Yes, right? And then they use these human beings to produce, well, giants, wicked, very horrible, wicked people, right? How do we know now? Very soon after that, now if you look at chapter 6, Genesis chapter 6, all right? Now God described the scene of these giants. They were mighty men in verse 5, right? Verse 5, mighty men which are of old. So it's talking more, these giants more about mighty men. Means they were powerful in position, powerful in, well, strength, right? Powerful in stature, influence. And then God says, and God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. So God describes these mighty men as people that are like that, powerful men in great positions and doing wicked things on earth. You can see that today, right? Many of these who take on very powerful positions on earth and then they use that power to create great havoc, right? Now, so the angels possess men, took and produce this. Now, then the question is still this. Then are angels always men? Is it masculine? Now, what do you think? Joshua. Right? Angels are given masculine names, for example. Now I'll just read to you, right? Now, when God gives names to angels, God gives masculine names. Okay, for example, Daniel 9:21. Yea, whilst I was speaking in a prayer, even the man Gabriel, whom I seen in the vision in the beginning, being caused to fly swiftly, and so on. So we know this is Gabriel, the angel, all right, masculine name. Now someone wrote to Billy Graham, right, and asked, angels, why are angels only male, all right? And then he said, well, angels have female name as well, Gabriel. Gabriel is spelled very differently, all right? It's I-E-L-L-E at the end. It's Gabriel or Gabriella. Right here is Gabriel. It's masculine, all right? You can't run away from it. And then Revelations 12:7. Revelations 12:7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael, not Michelle, all right? Michael and his angels fought against it again. Masculine and his angel. Michael and his angel. So God gives masculine names. And even when angels appear on earth in the physical form, all right? In the Bible, it's always, they were mistaken to be men, right? Masculine. Okay. So now God simply portrays and states that angels, he describes them as masculine, right? Masculine. Now, but I ask you this. Turn to Matthew 22, verse 30, quickly. Matthew 22, verse 30. Let's read together. For in the resurrection, they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven. So now, Rachel, I ask you a question, right? So we established God described angels as masculine, correct? Rachel, cannot pretend, all right? That God described, so you got your answer. God does describe angels as masculine, all right? Now, so, but God says, when we go to heaven, in resurrection, we will be like angels of God in heaven. Okay? So, let me ask you, what will Jemima be in heaven? Because Jemima resurrection day, right? Jemima will be like angels. Okay? So Jemima will be? One will not angel, he said like angels, but as the angels of God. She will be, the question in question is male or female, right? So don't run away. So Jemima will be male. So all the glorified bodies will be male, like angels. Because angels are male, right? Hey, don't laugh. This was preached by people. But it's not masculine. It's masculine, but it's not masculine, but it's not masculine. Is Jemima going to be he or her? He or her? Say again? Female. But God says, but are as the angels of heaven. And then we establish angels are masculine. How do you answer that? Jillian. Okay, so, well, it could be that angels in the spirit form has no gender, but when God describes them and when God brings them to earth, God chooses to describe them as masculine, right? It could be that, right? We don't fully know, but it could be that. But are as the angels of God. Now, maybe ask Jemima, what do you think? Because you don't have the choice. No? God says, you'll be as the angels of God in heaven. Very good. Read properly. All right? For in the resurrection, they neither marry nor are given in marriage. The point in discussion is about marriage. Angels, there's no marriage between angels. And when we have the resurrected body, we also don't marry anymore. All right? So it's talking about we will be like angels that there's no marriage between us. All right? Not we become male. Now we laugh, but this needs to be corrected. There is a preaching that says, because of this, it is confirmed that when we all get to heaven, sorry to tell you, Jemima, you're going to be a male. It's not that, all right? So it's about marriage. Okay, so let's be clear. Now, spiritual lesson, and then we have to close. What is the spiritual lesson, Howard? All right, the young kids ask you, what's the spiritual lesson about this? What spiritual lessons can we draw? Everything we must draw a spiritual lesson, right? Something that we should learn. Sujin. Okay, I'll answer, all right? Now, not much time. Now, at least one of the things that I think must come to our minds is, maybe I ask Richard, why do you ask this in the first place? Huh? Yeah. Oh, you just want to know why. Okay. Now, one of the things in Christianity today, there's a lot of argument about this gender thing. Not just Christianity, influenced by the world and affects Christians, right? So today, it's constantly about a fight about genders, right? Now, in the Bible, as Christians, we just simply accept. God describes angels as male, God describes angels as male. That is it. Take it at face value. Don't turn it into a gender war. Now, that's what main point I would say. Christians should not be influenced by the world. Everything is about a gender war today. It's weaponized, right? That's one. God describes that, that's it. Now, what does God describe himself to be? God is a spirit. He calls himself the Father. So obviously describe him, right? God describes himself as male. The term used also male. But today, Bibles will change it. Because it's a gender war. Do not get into that. Just accept what God says about himself. Just accept what God says about angels. And that's it. Don't turn it into a gender fight. All right? So I think that is very important for the Christian to remember. Don't be sucked into this whole fight about why must it be male? Why must it be male? Why must it be male? Because God said so, and that is it. It doesn't make male superior than female. Jesus Christ died for both female and male. All right? Jesus Christ loved both the same. They're of the same value to him. But God simply says there are different roles. That is it. Why do you want to fight? But the world fights today about this role must be female. If God says this role is for male, then this role is for male. Then today the world is also fighting. This role must be for male. If God said this role is for female, this role is for female. All right? Constant fight. Right? So do not get sucked into that. Let us turn to God in prayer. What do we have here? Top 5 reasons why church dropouts, what church dropouts say, why they stop attending church. Now please remember 66% of, well, I take the American view, they're the most readily available results. They stop attending church at least a year after turning 18. So from